Hi, I'm Scott from NCS North East, here at the Festival of Thrift in Redcar, about to have a chat with Wayne Hemingway, who is the Social Action Ambassador for NCS North East. You're the Social Action Ambassador for NCS North East. Why is social action so important to you?
Well, for you're the first generation that's been worse off than its parents. When I was your age, it was always this rite of passage that you would do better than your parents, and the world has changed, and it's not ideal that my generation has left things a little bit worse for you, and therefore social action's needed and volunteering's needed, and people it's important that everybody tries to improve the world, that we're supposed to leave the world a better place than we found it. And we have had a culture recently of sitting watching telly and just letting things happen and not being political, and political action, social action, they all go together to improve the lot of people, and that's absolutely vital.
So what are your tips for young people to consider when designing their own social action projects in their communities?
Well, they've got to think about the fact that
Top of the table, I'm going to tell you about your main course.
what do they want themselves to make their lives better? Because everybody knows, there's nobody that doesn't think, I wish this would happen. That's, as a designer, we're always thinking about how do we improve things in life. That's all that design's about. But everybody can think about how to improve things. Is it that you need a better cycle lane? Is it the fact that there's not enough clubs to go dancing in your town? Is it the fact that young people haven't got this to do or whatever? Or is it the fact that there's a feeling you can help older people? But there's a way, you can get things done. You can't just wait for politicians to sort things out for you, because it never happens. And the best movements in my lifetime, whether it's been punk or things like that, have come from young people thinking, this is not right, we've got to change it, and then you just go out and do it. And you've not to be afraid of failure either, and not to be afraid of what your friends think. If your friends are thinking, "Oh, that person, they're doing this when I'm there watching X Factor," well, actually, the people who are out there being a bit more social and a bit more political are a lot cooler than the people who are sat there watching X Factor and talking about it the next day.
What advice could you give to young people wanting to make a mark by embracing volunteering, sustainable thinking, and DIY entrepreneurialism?
Well, the best advice is when I was 18 years old, and I met my future wife Geraldine, and we didn't know what we wanted to do, but we sold our own clothes. Geraldine made a few clothes at 18. I had loads of second-hand clothes that I wanted to get rid of, and we started on a market, and we took £300 on that weekend, and that grew into a business. Eventually, we employed, 300 odd people. It turned over 25 million. We had 23 shops all around the world, and that only came from having a go. And we've never been fearful of failures. Too many young people think, oh, if it doesn't work, that'll be really embarrassing. And what will my friends say? Well, I think it's more embarrassing to not have a go. And the worst thing is to get to middle age and to feel, I wish I'd had a go at that when I was young. So you should just try everything, just as long as it's legal, just absolutely try everything, and don't fear failure, because you learn so much from failure. And if you fear what your friends think, then you won't get anywhere. If your friends laugh at you for trying something, then they're not your friends.
So we've heard you're a pretty decent DJ too. What are your favourite floor fillers?
Well, I've got a big collection of soul music from all the way back from the 60s through to now. In terms of ones that always get people dancing, there's one that you always put on, and it's a 90s track called This Time by DJ Shadow. So look that one up on YouTube. Yeah. DJ Shadow, This Time.
Thank you.